Want to make a quick video for you guys. I get a lot of people that are they're really good candidates for midterm holds. So midterm holds means you have a job like everybody else normal in the world, and you can't day trade. A lot of people in this group can't, and that's fine. And me personally, there's no way that I can watch this market like I need to day trade right now. So the midterm hold strategy, and I had to take a break from it, and I'll show you why. So midterm holds obviously only work when you're in a bit of an uptrend. These alts haven't been. So let me just show you real quick. So here is RDN. So let's say this ended. You can see this uptrend right here ended the beginning of April. So I haven't been posting a lot of these midterm holds. So it's important that you keep an eye on like the macro trend, because in this situation, potentially you're buying in December and you're selling almost 3 or 4 months later. Okay, so midterm, there it is. Might be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, just depend on where you're at in the market cycle. Here, let's look at this cycle. So you bottomed in August 2018, and you sell the top 2 months later. Over the last 2 months, wouldn't have been a good idea to have a midterm hold where you're buying here and then you're taking all these losses. So that's why midterm ideas kind of go out the window. So this is just a basic market cycle. I've got videos that cover this. Make sure and watch those midterm holders. You always want to pick up an accumulation. Your smart money, your institutions, your whales, like they're buying before everybody's talking about these cryptos. So they're buying back here. And now a lot of these setups I'm posting for you guys, you kind of got to see the future on them. You're buying them when they really aren't doing anything. No one's talking about them. There's not a bunch of price action. You'll get some pumps, short-term pumps, but really, again, the slow, steady, day after day, week after week gains. There's a ton of upside. Here you went from, say, 4,800 to 9,100, so close to 70, 80, 90% increase. So you're making a ton of money. You just don't deal with all this noise. Noise, when I refer to noise, I'm talking about like all these little price swings in here. All right, so here's your market cycle. So whales and institutions are buying in here. They're buying in this area. Nobody's talking about RDN right here. Markup, retail starts to get involved and they start pushing the price up. Okay, then distribution in this situation wasn't very big. This is when whales and institutions, smart money, start selling slowly. And markdown, retail starts freaking out. Oh man, I'm going to lose all my money. Everything's going to zero. Okay, so this is important. Now this just restarts. You see these market cycles. Here you go. So you got your accumulations right here. You got your markup right here. Distributions at the top. And then you're marked down. I have videos and videos and videos on this. If you don't know anything about TA, you just came in the group, understand market cycles, avoid markdown phase. And if you avoid markdown phase, you're only buying uptrends. You're only taking, even if you're in accumulation, you're moving sideways. You're not taking a loss right here. You're making money here. You're selling the top. You avoid markdown, and then you repeat. And it's that simple. It sounds simple, but there's some things you have to learn, and you're in the group. This is the best place to learn this. The basis of technical analysis is you're looking for patterns that repeat themselves. So this price action, it's important to know that it moves in waves. Like there's even a theory called Elliott wave theory. So you get these waves. You see that? So you have to understand that. Now when we start to go into a real good, strong bull market, all of a sudden these waves will start to, you get an uptrend on the waves. So even you're going to get pullbacks, but you're still in an uptrend, versus you got waves going downwards in a bear market. So again, zoom out, understand this basic stuff, and this market's going to be a lot easier to learn. Okay, so when I talk about a bottoming pattern, I'm going to start posting a lot more of these. I just want to make sure, and I've been posting them, but I've been calling them, they've been on my watch list because I wanted to make this video so that I could kind of explain these to you in detail before the watch list, and then we're going to have bottoming patterns. So your bottoming patterns, you're going to get a lot of double bottoms. You're going to get a lot of inverse head and shoulders. These are all bottoming patterns. So here's your double bottom. Basically, in a nutshell, the double bottoms patterns played like this. You draw the neckline and you're buying the breakout. Here's your target. That's kind of how that works. So, but the most important thing is macro perspective, you're not really trading that, or you just want to see a bullish reversal pattern. This is a bullish reversal pattern. So you got this huge long downtrend, bullish reversal pattern, and then you get an increase in the price action in an uptrend. So you got part of this wave like we talked about. Okay, so you're in the basically you ride this uptrend. So essentially you get in down here at 6,200 and you sell it at 9,500, you're up 50%. Okay. There's things that we do to recognize the tops, and we'll get into that. But for right now, we got a lot of bottoming patterns that are occurring. This is markdown phase. You get to a point where you get, it's kind of a double bottom. It's hard to see. You probably have to zoom in essentially, but you're establishing support. You see this previous support back here? So you're establishing a bottom, right? So bottoming pattern. You get an uptrend after this. So you bought here, 5,000, sold here, you'd be up, 80%. Now, here's where we're at right now, RDN. We're about to post a chart on this bottoming pattern. You see it? You kind of got a double bottomish type pattern, two bottoms. So you found support back here. This is all-time low, so there's not going to be any previous price history on this. But you got this downtrend, and so, you're going to get, potentially, nothing's guaranteed, but you're going to get, there's a real good chance that these alts start to run pretty hard. We're going to have a really good alt season. And you can also do things, you can look at things like these MACD crosses. Those are buy signals. Like you can see right here is a MACD cross, buy signal. There's a video on this. Watch MACD crosses. The blue line crosses up over the red line. That's a buy signal. And also, you see how the MACD went down, curved to the bottom, and now it's starting to curve higher. So when the MACD curves higher, typically the price action follows with it. And then this is the zero line. And when the price action crosses the zero line, that's bullish. So you're going to get this wave format here. So essentially, you're buying here, you're going to get this uptrend that'll equate out here. Okay. So there's a video on Fibonacci retracement where you pull your fib level from here to here, and this is going to give you bounce ideas. So these are potentially targets where you want to take profits at. All right, so here's your 0.5 fib level. So this would be a target here. Your 382 target here. 618, this is the golden ratio. It's golden for a reason. A lot of the time you go to your 618. All right, 0.5, your 0.5 fib level, that's Dow theory. This is a common retrace, very common that you're going to see this type of bounce. So this is going to give you an idea of where you're going to take your profits at. Potentially you could scale out, you could sell 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and maybe you get up here and sell your last 25%. Okay, and again, Fibonacci retracement. You pull from the top of the move to the bottom, and then this is going to give you different bounce ideas. All right, fresh chart. Let's go. POA, same thing. You see it? Bottoming pattern. Here we are. So just to go back, look at previous price history. Here you go. Little double bottomish type pattern. Simple, right? Now, if you would have bought this pattern, you would have had a little bit of run up, and then it would have pulled back. However, you see that midterm, you would have bought, even if you bought here, 80% profit. So can't complain about that. Now, it took some time, September and November, a couple months, but definitely you want to sell it before it rolls over, okay? Like you get kind of these little bottoming patterns here. You got to watch them a little bit. You got to put stops in place. You'll put your stop at the support level where it looks like it bottoms. These double bottoms kind of coincide. You'll put your stop beneath here, and then if it rolls downhill, you get stopped out. Now the market looks good right now, and that's why I'm even posting these. So if I see a bunch of these getting stopped out, things will change in a second. However, you kind of have to, you can't be scared. There's always a risk in any trade. You can't be scared of losing money. Scared money doesn't make money, they say, right? You got this kind of bottoming. It looks like it found support right here. You've got a bullish reversal candlestick pattern right here and here as well. You start to see you've got your uptrend forming. Potentially there's a triangle here. So this triangle is an ascending triangle. Essentially 64% chance of a break to the upside. So more than likely what's going to happen over time, again, you'd buy in this area, you'd buy somewhere in here, and then over time you're going to get your bounce. Now, just to kind of play it safe and calculate things, you want to pull your fib level, go to here, it's a pitchfork on top, but you go down here, fib retracement, go down, pull it all the way, and you line it up with the wicks down here. So you can use wick and wick, or you can use candle body to candle body. Again, without making this too difficult, the first target is 0.236, this level. So you can sell here, 382, sell a little bit here, 0.5, sell a little bit here, and 618. Now you might get up here to the 786 is possible. Sometimes you move higher, but the safe play is just kind of to scale out. After you get comfortable with, like, the market's pretty good. If you don't want to sell any here, that's understandable. Maybe you start at your 382. You take 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. Okay. And you'll kind of play around with this and get what works. The main thing is you're starting to take your money, you're starting to take your profits at a very early stage. Now, so you have to assume that over time, you're going to get this type of pattern. Okay. Doesn't always play out perfect, but majority of the time, you're going to see these bottoming patterns play out pretty well. CND, here's another one. I'm going to post this chart, and you're going to know, okay, I know what a bottoming pattern is. You kind of find its bottom, and then, by the way, Alt-H draws these perfect horizontal lines across the bottom, and then you see how you got your uptrend forming, okay? If it breaks down, not the worst thing in the world, you're going to set it and forget it to a point. Pull your fib level. It's going to give you some ideas on where to take profits at. These are going to be, everybody uses these fib levels, so they work. It's just kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, potentially, let's say you want to start taking, say 33% at the 382, 33% of your profits here, and 33% here. Okay, so you're scaling out. So you know that over time, you're going to get this uptick in price. Okay, so again, CND is another midterm hold idea. Same thing here. Okay, so we talked about the waves. You can clearly see the waves. Waves are in a downtrend though, bear market, right? Everybody lost a lot of money in 2018 because the waves were headed lower. Again, so bottoming pattern, like look at these, you guys see this? All these patterns look the same. Here, technically, you could have bought in and not known the future. You wouldn't have known that you're going to continue lower. Okay, but again, you're in this, you're basically in this for 3 or 4 months right here. You would have bought here. Yeah, you could have got a better deal, but you don't know the future. 1440, you go to this. Again, you're at about 70% gains. So can't really complain about that. So midterm hold idea, again, they're not perfect. This is potentially not the best time to buy, but it's low maintenance. And so that's what makes it easy. So you got your wave pattern, and you're going to get another wave pattern. Uptrend right here. Again, this is the daily chart. Kind of getting their uptrend. Potentially these normally go up and fall over and then do it again and then do it again. So it's not obviously perfect. That's the trend that they follow. Now there's other things you can get into as far as like MACD crosses down here, like buy signals, bullish MACD buy signals. You start incorporating other things of your TA as you learn it, then you're going to make money and you're going to make more money. And so you're basically going to continually stack your coins. Your portfolio is going to get a lot fatter. I want you guys to trade with small amounts when you're getting started. Now, some of these midterm holds ideas, you can go maybe 2% of your portfolio, at the most 5%. At the most 5%. 2% of your portfolio is probably average. 1%, a lot of people would say. So if you're working with $100,000, you're putting 1 or 2,000 in these trades. Kind of doesn't seem like much. I know everybody, probably most people in the group use a ton of, they're using 10% of their portfolio on some of these trades. Some people are like going all in on this stuff. That's really risky. I want you guys to learn this market and not get wrecked. Now, everything's about to change. These alts are about to run. It's about to be the prime time of the year. SNGLS, it's been taken off today. But these are going to be coins on the watch list. Again, you see the same thing. Pull your fib level. I would use the wick, and you'll see. So we use the wick right here. We use this wick and this wick. So you're pulling from A to B. Notice how it ran up, it hit the 236 and just got wrecked, stopped completely. Also the 50 moving average is there as well. There's videos on moving averages. There's a lot to this, but in the beginning, let's keep it simple for you guys that are new to this. This is a good way for you guys to make some money while you're learning. A safer play might be to start to buy when you start to see this curving, the upwards curving, like in here. But you're going to get a bunch of spikes in the meantime. So you just have to figure out what works with your work schedule. Like if you have evenings off, there's plenty of time to trade. Some people just want to set it and forget it, put their money in 5 coins and just make money on those 5 coins. So obviously you got your holds, your long-term holds as well. So those are things possibly you don't even want to touch. Forget about them. One more, same thing. We've seen this pattern. I've got tons of these. I'm about to post them for you guys so you know what we're looking at. This is a midterm hold, right? So you see you got your bottom, then you start to get an uptrend, another bottom essentially. So you got your low, your higher low, and potentially you put in a higher high right here. Fib retracement from the top to the bottom. Start taking profits here, 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 here. Neo, same thing. There's nothing guaranteed in cryptocurrency. You know, always smart to put your stop loss down here. You know, potentially you could even put it closer than that. And look, Neo popped up, got stuck at the 0.236 level and pulled back, right? You see that? You'll take some profits here, 0.5 and the 618, and then you're going to ask yourself, well, where am I taking profits exactly? What are the Satoshi values? If you look right here, you'll see, here's your Satoshi values. 157,641, 179,543. So these are your take profit levels. You can do this on any patterns, like these Fibonacci retracement levels are really important. Eventually you want to look at some bullish MACD crosses as far as confirming your buys. So right here you've got bullish MACD cross, boom, nailed it. Said here's your buy signal. Watch these videos. I got 2 on MACDs. If you get a sell signal, your blue line's going to cross down over your red line. That's your sell signal. Potentially, if you have more time on the weekends, you could potentially trade, you know, basically scale in and scale out based on those. But I don't want to make it too difficult. So when you guys see watch list and you go through these chart patterns, get CoinSwitch, get Tradingview. There's a month trial. You could switch back and forth and then change emails. You know, as soon as you start making money in this group, it's definitely makes sense to kind of reinvest some of your capital in CoinSwitch or Tradingview. I use Tradingview most of the time just because there's some smaller coins and some smaller exchanges on CoinSwitch. So glad to have you guys in the group, and I'll talk to you again real soon.